everybody, it's me again, it's your good buddy Thorn. So this is the second video that I've done. And somehow my Yeti microphone's not working, so we're back with their old webcam microphone, so we'll see how that works. But I spent the last hour or so recording, building the house behind me, and here I am in my Sumerian dress. And so I'll just give you a preview, or a review, preview. I'll walk you through the house. How would that be? Now, this is based upon a 500-year-old design, and it's really kind of cool. And I've done a lot of work on the city itself, and yeah. So let's go take this review, shall we? All right. So, in discussion, the Sumerian houses are pretty much square. Um, prior to 3000 BC, and then they evolved from there. But this is the lower workers' areas. If we walk around this section, these are not the rich houses. These are upper and lower class, if you will. You can see part of the wall, a little bit of the marketplace that we worked on. And the lower class housing is down over in this one, the single building or single level design. Hello, sheep. And the buildings themselves are all kind of stuck in here together. There's pathways and little grottos and courtyards surrounding the various buildings, and it's kind of interesting. The smaller houses still have the central courtyard, and a lot of people slept on top of the roofs like we were talked about before. So this slightly more expansive house, this two-story design, and it's kind of in the workers section or lower part, or not lower class, but they are kind of lower class. But you see various smaller houses, a couple few bigger ones, and then this will extend over into this section and on and beyond. But you've got that square design with the central courtyard to let in the water, or let in the air and the cool of the day. Now, Iraq, southern Iraq especially, is humid and very, very hot. And so this design really kind of helped. Now, these are mud brick, baked mud brick. This one has been whitewashed and painted. You still have some decorative things. We've got a little bit of awning over here, which is very common. This one is a different color, but you can still see that mud brick, and it's been decorated both top and bottom. These buttons actually represent the wood lattice to hold the floors together. These are wood lattice covered with reeds and then mud to make a good solid floor. So let's go in and take a look. So we enter the house. We've got a little reception area, very common in Iraqi houses today. Very plain, but very nice. We'll go into the kitchen. We have a cooking stove with an overhead for baking, and we've got some jars of wine, a couple tables. Very, very simple. Not a lot of raw food, or raw meats. They were bought each day and brought in and cooked. We go into the central courtyard, kind of a nice little place. We've got nice air. We've got a jar of beer that we can sit around and drink and just kind of hang out. It's kind of a nice place. And then we've got a little bit of a sitting room in here. Visitors come in. This is a very nice place. You can come in and sit and talk and relax. And we've got a bit of a storeroom here with dried vegetables and food, or herbs up above, some more beer canisters or jars. And then this back room we still haven't worked on, but this will be like for the servants and what have you. Now, going up to the second floor, we really haven't done anything yet. We've got a storage area here, and these would be bedrooms during the day for the kids and the adults and what have you. if they're not sleeping up on the roof, they could be in these rooms, but we haven't finished them out yet. Very simple beds and carpeting and some wardrobes, and that would be about it. Now, if we go up to the roof, you kind of see this. This happens in Iraq now, in the Middle East. We've got a nice bed, compare and lounge. We've got some tables that we have various things on. And in Iraq, when I was there, we spent a lot of time up on the roofs in the evenings and nights. And we had a hookah pipe up there, and we had chai, and we played backgammon, and just a great old time. So this is our middle class house. Let's say middle class house. Now, as you can see over here, this terraced area, the uh, the elevations are marked out in green just to kind of give me an idea of where I want to put things. This is going to be slightly higher class. This is going to be the artisan district. And so they're not laborers, they're artisans. So these would be scribes and bookmakers and painters and sculptors and that sort of thing. Over in this area, we'll have a few of the upper class houses, and then we'll go back into the workers' housing here by the docks, and then we have this nice pool that kind of is almost part of the palace grounds itself. And then across one of the main roads on the other side, we'll have more workers' quarters, and we'll stretch off of here some of the higher priced landscape and have a few very rich people's houses up here on the coast, and probably a little lighthouse on here. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now. We've kind of got the wall section out to this point done or started. If we work our way around, you can kind of see we've just gone with a very plain mud brick wall. And we get to this part and it starts getting a little fancier because we've changed up our design a little bit. So eventually all the walls will kind of look like this. We built this gate to come in through the south area. And it's not quite as big as the main gates, but it is very nice. And then we enter into this lower class military barracks over here, and it's just real basic, and it's nice. And if we fly along here, you can kind of see where one of the courtyards or one of the marketplaces is going to be. Very small marketplace. We've got herbs and fresh vegetables, fruits, and grains, and more vegetables. We've got a meat cellar over here. Now, this is very normal in Iraq, even to this day. Roadside meat stands. Not so many rabbits, but rabbits were there. Chickens and goats would be corralled next to the little tent setup. And you'd go, I think I want half a goat. All right. You'd slaughter it right there and wrap it up in newspaper, and off you went. So we are well on our way towards building our Sumerian town. One of the documents that I read talked about Sargon of Akkad, whose palace we've kind of used to build this one over here, dictated that his city was divided in such a way that you had the workers, the artisans, the government employees, and then the noble people. And 1/3 was set aside for housing, 1/3 was set aside for um, bureaucracy and that kind of thing. And then one side set aside for greenery. And so we have this avenue with trees, and another big thing in Iraq. So we thought that was pretty cool. But anyway, this is just a short little video to show you what I've been doing. Because my microphone's not working, I gotta figure out what the heck is going on. So anyway, that's about all I have for today when the sun's setting. Kind of look out over the city. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way this is turning out. I can't wait to get it all the rest of the way done and show it to you. But thanks for tuning in, and you guys take care. everybody, it's me, it's your good buddy Thorn. We're back again. This is take what, three? So far, trying to do the update to the city. We had a systems crash. We had other stuff happen. So we're going to try to give you a quick city update from what we're working on so far. So if we look back at our city, you can kind of see the docks. I hate that death deal. We've worked on the docks quite well. We've almost finished the docks. We've worked on a couple ships designs. Not completely sold on them yet, but we're working on them. This one's laying pretty low in the water. We need to work on that. So that was my first design. My second one was over here, which is maybe a little better. But the docks has the docks have um, 4 stone jetties into the harbor, and then up the steps to the marketplaces. I've got 4 of them, or a few of them set up, ready to go. And then we've worked on all these buildings in the dock area. And interiors are not done, but we are working on it. So we kind of got an idea. We've got a cow hidden in there. We've kind of got this downstairs kind of started. We have a little kitchen over here. We got to put some walls in. A couple back areas that we need to work on. Got a little bit of a lag, so I apologize. This is one of the single-story houses, and the upstairs is pretty much completed. It's not too bad, and yeah, I kind of like it. It's a little bit of a marketplace. We've got different styles of houses. We've got a couple 2-story, a couple 1-stories, and then if we lead around the corner, we've got some markets, shops set up, ready to work. Another alert came in. And then we got like little sub passages leading into these other houses. Like I said, hardly any of the interiors are done at the moment. But you kind of get an idea of some of the different styling of houses that we're working on. And you look down on the street, yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. Got quite a bit of the wall worked on and extended out from the last time you looked at it. Almost over here to this nobleman's house area will be outlined in orange. A few more various houses back this way. And then we get into the nobleman's house right here. Great big house. We haven't done hardly any, well, we've done no interior work to it at all other than just the framing it out. So once we get this worked on and built up, we'll come back and take a look at it. If we go out the door over into the artisans' quarters, we've got another huge house here. This will be the workshop area for the artisan. I'm not sure what he's going to be yet. We've got a nice little courtyard here that leads us up into this area, and then a second floor on the other parts. And yeah, look really happy with that. Then of course we haven't done anything over here. We extended the walls around. We've rebuilt the ziggurat. We put a stairway. There's stairs all the way to the top, and the original in Ur was like this, but it was a rounded ziggurat rather than a square one like this. But you could get all the way to the top and look out over the city. I thought it was really cool. And we've attached it to the palace here. We did extensive work finishing up the first part of the palace. Now the design, the walls are in, but the interior is not done yet. So if we go into the palace, it's just a series of walls and corridors, apparently sheep and pigs. But there is nothing in it yet. So we still got quite a bit of work to do in this area. And this will be stairs going down the basements. It's easy to get lost in here. So, but we've got little courtyards everywhere. Just as the original was. We have the main courtyard coming in, and then several secondary courtyards until we get to this area. And then you go through these towers, and then this will be the second part of the palace compound, which, as you can see, we have a lot to do. So we've done a huge amount of landscaping and work. Added another stairwell in to get in here. We'll work this out, and it's coming together. Now let's take a nap, and we'll get to see it. I can't sleep yet. Monsters in the way, so we'll jump over to one of our other houses that have beds and no monsters in that sector. And that's the next thing. So we're still going to finish these trees out. Oh man, look at all the creepers down there. Good thing I'm in creative mode. Well, we built these buildings, which are kind of, like shopping areas, right off the docks. I kind of like that. We'll probably add a few more. And then we've got the bazaar tents here. And then working our way over to this area. You can see the wall extends all the way over here. And we're probably going to put a bridge right here. I think I want to put a bridge right here to lead over to this area. And we'll probably farm most of this out. Probably terraform it and farm it out. So yeah, really happy with the way the city's going so far. We got a lot more work to do. We've got the rest of these buildings here on this little sector to put together, the poorer parts of town, so to speak. We got the rest of the artisan quarters put together, and then we get to work on the bureaucracy in the temple area. And oh man, look at all the zombies. And then the rest of the palace. Then after we get everything built, we still have to detail it all out, because the only houses we've really worked on so far are these two over here. So it's going to be similar to what we've done, which have the sitting area here coming into the courtyard. And we've got a nice little area, and then the stairs going up to the second floor bedrooms, which none of this has been detailed out yet. But then we can go up to the roof, and then we have our setup here. So we have all these buildings to do. We've done a little bit here and there, but we still have a lot of work to do. So just giving you an update on this. I'm in the process of setting up the game room to do X-Wing squadrons, and we'll film some Let's Play that. And then we've got Assassin's Creed that we'll probably do some Let's Play, and then whatever else we decide we want to do. But it's all coming together. We're not done with LARPing, but right now everything's on hold. And the temperature outside right now, we're going through a cold snap. And when I say cold snap, I mean it's I don't know what is it right now. The high today was 6, I think. It is currently 30 degrees. It's supposed to get down to -2 or 3 tonight. And we're going to go the heavy cold snap for the next week or so, and then it's going to warm back up to winter conditions. So it kind of snowed on and off all day, and was just kind of miserably cold. But it's February. What do you expect? So yeah, the city. I'm really happy with the way this is working. What did I put up here? I put bushes up here, didn't I? That's kind of cool. It's not quite what I wanted to do. Yeah, it's coming together. It's coming together. I think this is going to be really cool when we get it done. It'll be a great addition to what our city is so far. So I'm going to close for now and get back to work. And if you got any questions or comments, this is it's no longer just a city in Samaria. or Sumeria. This is kind of based on Ur, but it's also kind of based on the Akkadian capital. And there's other parts of it coming into, but it's Minecraft, it's fantasy world, we can do what we want. But if there's something you'd like to see, how did you get up here, Pig? Something you'd like to see me work on or have comments about this one, let me know. Like I said, that boat has to be fixed. I mean, it's not terribly seaworthy right at the moment, is it? Probably raise it up another block, do you think? You see how this one, I still need to put, not walls, but walls on the sides. I might have to round this out a little bit more. The ships in Ur, southern Iraq, the city of Ur was on the bay, or on, well, it's kind of quasi coastline. It was marshland. So this would have been very heavily reeded and little islands dotted everywhere. And most of the boats were made out of reeds, bundled reeds. So, can't really do bundled reeds in the way we're set up now. But, I don't know. Anyway, okay. That's probably enough for right now. All right. Thanks for watching. And we'll get back with you. Have a good one.
Hei mo kvadi sång I lei, vakna dikko edelige drenger, de høyre nykken på havet skri, for de hev sovet I